Hey guys,
What's up?
I'm Nolly
I'm Bo.
and welcome to Drinks on You. Today we are so excited. We are joined by Internet Proverb. I feel like you're mocking me. Why would you laugh like that?
I'm not. I was just taking it in.
What?
Continue.
Okay, correct me, babe. How
I'm not correcting you. I
But-
just never noticed that you say proverb.
as opposed to
How do you say it?
Proverb.
Proverb. Is how I say it.
Wow, guys. 30 seconds in. 30 seconds in. And our guest has joined.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
You betrayed me.
I
It's
wasn't
fine,
gonna
but
say
you
anything.
you laughed. I couldn't. I'm gonna start this again. Proverb.
Take two.
Proverb. Ne?
Proverb.
Yeah, both of you. Huh? Okay. Fine. It's cool. I'm clocking this. Welcome to a new month. Welcome to the second month of 2021. We made it, guys. We're here.
The 14th month of 2020. Depending on how you feel.
Depending on how you feel.
Why are we still here?
But yes, we would like to introduce Internet Proverb, who is joining us today. Would you like to say hi?
Hi guys, welcome to this talk. Also, thank you for having me.
To this
Awesome.
team.
Yeah.
Awesome. We are so excited to have you with us today. As it's February, it's typically the month of love.
Really? Who told you that? I'm just
Google.
Google.
Saint
I don't believe
Valentine.
you. Hey Google. I'm joking. Continue.
We thought we would kick off the month with a conversation on dating. And we thought we've been long-standing friends with Internet Proverb. And so we thought maybe take this opportunity to allow her to ask us as a married couple and as someone seeking to one day be in a relationship, have a partner.
To also be a married couple.
To also be a married
Okay.
couple. So we thought it might be really nice to
Listen.
have her ask us some questions as a datee.
But she is not just here to ask, she's also here to impart wisdom because she has a very big brain on those very ladylike shoulders. She's very smart. She has a lot
Big
of
brain,
wisdom to
big
share.
brain.
Big brains. So yeah.
I feared where this was going.
So did I. I was just like, oh no.
Oh
wait.
no, oh no. But as always, we're gonna tell you what we're drinking.
Oh yes. Should we start with our guest?
I
Fadi, what exciting
Okay.
exotic drink do you have for us today?
I have some water fresh from the hills of Nottingham.
Wow.
Beautiful, fresh, crisp.
Okay.
That's what I am drinking today.
The
What about you
mystical,
guys?
magical hills of Nottingham. What about you, my love?
Music. I am drinking. I needed to check that. I am drinking
That's what I wanted.
Alaska cider from.
Alska?
You know what? I've always completely told myself it was Alaska. It's Alska. Wow, I'm drinking that.
You know what? I bought that the other day and
You
yeah,
thought it said
I thought the
Alaska,
same
didn't
thing.
you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Alska. So it clearly shows that we don't read properly. Mine is the raspberry, wild strawberry, and elderflower flavor. It's really nice, and I'm having it in a wine glass. You know, why not? What are you drinking, babe?
Today I'm having the 1079 Project, which is a dry hopped pilsner. Show you right there. One of my favorites. Very easy drinking. So tasty. Also very cheap.
And as always, can we get our drinks at the ready?
You too.
Yes.
There we go.
Internet Proverb.
So we'll start with us.
Eyes.
And then with you.
Eyes.
Eyes.
Cheers.
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 I felt left out. So we thought it'd be really good to each go around and maybe define what we think dating is for us. What is dating to us? Babe. Actually, I'll start.
There you go.
I'll start. I'll switch it
Yes.
up.
Ladies first.
I'll
Go
switch
on.
it up. To me, dating is something. Why are you laughing?
Regretting
Dating,
starting?
yeah, I do.
Mhm.
Dating to me is I think I've always, it transitions. So it starts off kind of getting to know someone that you might potentially have a crush on or you like.
I got a crush on you, my baby. No?
No.
Okay.
I got a crush on you, my baby.
No. And so you kind of go for dinner, you go to the cinema, you do activities together while you're trying to decide whether you want to actually go out with them. But I think it's also
you be my girlfriend. Sorry, continue.
For every line. Oh,
Did you watch
Okay.
last week's episode? If you didn't, pause, run it back, and check our last episode. You'll understand why. Please continue.
Yes, so I think it's interchangeable. It's the process by which you're kind of getting to know someone that you like or you may have a crush on, but then I think it transitions towards being exclusive with that person, which is why I say it's interchangeable. So some people call that next step dating. Some people call it going out. So for me, I feel like it's interchangeable. It's the stage where you're getting to know someone, but then it transitions to exclusively going out with that person. I don't know if that helps.
Yeah. that
How
makes
about
sense.
you, babe?
So this is interesting for me because being a church boy,
I'm a church girl too.
yeah, but I'm churched.
Oh, okay.
Because I was 8 years in the,
Oh, okay.
you know what
We
I
may
mean?
continue.
Yeah. So dating was always discouraged. So there is I don't want to say negative connotation,
Okay.
but they are negative vibes with the term dating, because the way we were made to view it was it's messing around, fornication. That's what dating.
Okay.
Either dating leads to it. Well, I think they were trying to say that dating leads to that, but it ended up being dating is fornication. Does that make sense? So
what is dating to you?
What dating is to me is fornication. No, I'm joking. I've never. This is the thing, because I've never actually had to think about it, because I think dating is going out, as in already in a relationship.
Okay.
So
But is that what you think?
That's how my brain made it.
Okay.
And that's with all the indoctrination and well-intentioned but misinformation that I got. That's what my brain means. So if someone tells me, oh, I'm dating this girl, I'm like, okay, so she's your girlfriend.
Okay, I've got a question. Follow up to that, but I'm
interesting.
intrigued.
Yeah.
Internet Proverb. What your
You can't call her fatty.
definition?
You can say what. I'm intrigued. So, Internet Proverb. That's hilarious. I'm just gonna call you guys drinks. Drinks on you. Drinks one, drinks two.
You know what? You know what? What I don't appreciate
Come
today.
here,
What I don't appreciate today is having
Finish.
2 people ganging up on me.
We're not
That's what I
ganging
don't
up
You
on
invited
you.
me.
Okay,
You invited
Ari,
me.
I'm interested to know what your definition of dating is.
Well, I feel like initially when you're dating, you're getting to know someone. You can be dating other people. It's literally just sitting down with someone, getting to know them. But then gradually, if you two then decide that you two are dating, I think it becomes more exclusive.
Okay.
So,
And then,
sorry.
yeah.
Continue.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I think at the start it can just be, it's more individual, and then if you two both decide to start seeing each other, it then becomes more of an exclusive thing, where you then have to decide whether you two are exclusively dating or you're both still trying to find different things, you know?
Okay. So to me, it sounds like our definition, mine and yours, are similar in that it's
They're worldly.
transitional.
They're secular. Continue.
Wow, it's transitional in that it starts off kind of, let's see where it goes, but then it transitions to an exclusivity. And it's interesting because we've both used different words for that exclusivity. I said going out, and you said
seeing each other.
Seeing each other. And so that's interesting. That's really interesting. I had a question for your definition, and then Fari will allow you to ask us some questions. My question was your definition. It then made me think, so if someone was like, I've started dating again, to me, that means they trying out a breadth of people, a wide range of people, not just
casting their net wide.
Yeah, so I'm dating again. Makes it different to what you're defining it as. For me, in that they don't have a person in mind, they're just gonna see what happens.
They're looking for someone, but they don't have a specific person in mind.
Yeah, whereas our definition, I feel, Fari, is with the intention of getting to know an individual and then hoping it progresses to something else. So, and then it's, oh man, wow. It's now got me thinking.
I think it's a really broad term.
It is a really broad term.
Super broad.
But it's also got me thinking. I've heard terms like serial dater. And I'm trying to think if I've only heard it in the context of guys. Is it a male thing?
I've heard it in both contexts, but as we all know, one context is viewed completely differently to another one. So if a girl is a serial dater, she's a hoe.
She's promiscuous.
And if a guy is a serial dater, he's looking and will eventually settle down. So, but it's weird. So, I say it's weird. It's a blessing. Again, shout out to my older brother. Like, both, like, a hoe is a hoe, whether you're a woman or a man. Like, that's just so in my upbringing, if a guy says he's dating, that means he's hoeing around. And if a girl says she's dating, she's hoeing around. Unless they say they are dating someone specifically. So if Fadi was to say, oh, I'm dating such and such, I think some of, maybe not necessarily my parents, but that generation will think, okay, so they're sleeping together. Because why are they going on dates? Why are they spending time alone?
Wow.
If they're spending time alone, they're going to have sex. That's just the end all.
Man.
That's why I know in my household, boyfriends and girlfriends were not a thing. The only girlfriend I've ever introduced to my parents is my wife. But she's not the only girlfriend I've ever had. So, right? Because if I was to bring a girl and say she's my girlfriend when I'm in high school, they're like, what do you mean she's your girlfriend? You still have to study, you have to go to university and then get a job. And then before you even start thinking about having girlfriends. And then, because whatever girlfriend you bring home, and I think even though this is quite a generalization, that's just as African parents in general. If you're bringing this person into our household and saying they're your significant other, then that means this person is your spouse. Like there's no end all and be all. So the dating process just didn't exist, or just doesn't exist. It's courting as a group. You find your one, and then you bring them home to introduce them because that's who you're going to marry.
Which feels like,
you know what? Yeah, no, I think it's really interesting because I think that the whole point of dating is that it's a really individual thing. When you're dating, you're trying to figure yourself out so that you can figure your future partner out. If you don't know what you like from a dating partner, it's going to be more difficult, you know? And I remember, like, before I started dating, I found it really difficult to talk to guys. I was really nervous. And there were certain things I didn't know until I started dating.
You're so pretty.
And I think,
Are you like Raj from Big Bang Theory?
Yeah. You know, you just sip on my water. Yeah, honestly, like, I don't know. And I think it's so interesting that you talk about dating in that way, because I haven't heard that for a really long time. I think the only time I think about dating like that is when I'm thinking about my parents.
Mm.
But of course, I'd never bring someone that's not serious to my parents, hence why they've never met anybody. You know? So yeah, I think dating is a very individual thing, and it's okay to, I think we can agree that what we're talking about is getting to know people.
Yeah.
It's okay to learn as an adult in your 20s to get to learn people, understand people, be confident with communicating with the opposite sex so that you can confidently find someone that suits you.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
It's sorry, did you have something to say?
No, go ahead.
It's interesting because while you were saying that, I was thinking, I mean, everybody uses movies as a reference. So in movies, you'll see like, and speaking from a guy's perspective, you'll see an older brother teaching his younger brother how to talk to girls, how to, how to charm them basically, and how to ask someone out on a date. And I don't think my brother ever sat me down to have that conversation of how to talk to girls. And I don't know if that's because it was something we didn't need to talk about, because like I've always been very confident in myself generally. But I also grew up with a lot of girls around me generally. So I have 2 older sisters, all my cousins in the same age group as me, bar one, are girls. So I've just always been comfortable talking to girls, kind of thing. But massive digression. It was just that conversation, or that moment, or those conversations of, this is how you court, or how you should talk to a girl, this is how you find out what a girl likes, blah, blah, blah. Never had those conversations. The only person who would probably have those conversations with me is my brother, and probably my sisters as well. But I know for a fact I would never have that conversation with my dad.
Yeah.
I must say, I think, Fari, when you were talking about, trying out, kind of trial and error, seeing what you kind of like in a guy and what you don't like, I felt like a strong aversion to the notion of test driving.
Try before you buy.
Yeah.
A strong aversion to like, no, I don't.
What's the saying? Why buy the cow when you get the milk for free?
Yeah.
I haven't heard that in ages. So me personally, I felt really strong, like a strong, aversion to like the idea that test driving is okay. And I know that's not what you meant. And I think for me, the test driving that I feel the most aversion to is trying out sex with different people.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I know that that's not what you meant. But
yeah.
So I'm okay.
I get what you mean.
I think I'm okay with getting to know different types of people. You are laughing, so I'm gonna come to you in a bit. Getting to know different types of people.
I was laughing because I had getting to know you, getting to know all about you. Sound of Music, one of my favorite movies of all time. Don't care who knows.
Have you guys not sang already 3 songs from that musical?
Today.
I just don't understand how you do it.
Or just in life.
She means today because I sang the
already 3 songs.
So technically it's only 2.
But yeah, so I was very aware that I had a very strong aversion to I'm for getting to meeting different types and different styles of guys, yes. But I'm not okay.
And I was fully just nodding.
And I'm like, not okay with sex test drives.
Yeah.
And I think it's interesting that that's where your head immediately went to. That I think that also shows kind of what we as Christians, especially young Christians, get fed. That
dating is.
I think to some degree, yes, I think it is my faith, but I think I would have resonated with it even if I wasn't in faith, because I've always held sex in high esteem.
But you went to sex when she was just talking about dating people.
I think I felt that I needed to say it because I felt it, and so I wanted to name it. and see where it goes. But I think I've always, sex, love making, whatever you want to call it. If you're an old person, I've heard, I've
the beast
heard
with two backs. That's my favorite description.
Pardon me?
The beast with two backs.
Is that what that's called?
And when you are done, we will make the beast with two backs.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't know. It sounds creepy. It sounds very creepy.
I'm not okay with that. I don't. I don't want.
I will tell you to Google it, but maybe don't.
I'm okay.
Continue.
I'm
Oh, that makes sense.
She gets it.
Euphemism. Anyway, speaking of sex.
Yes.
Yeah, no, Nolly, I get you. I definitely get you. You know what? I'm trying to come out of that religious, fearful Christian mindset. And I know that thinking about dating in that way, not necessarily for everybody else, but for me, thinking of dating in that way is fearful, because the thing is, when I do meet Christian guys, when I do meet cool guys and guys that I like think would make potential great partners, the whole point of dating for me is seeing what your boundaries are like, what my boundaries are like. Even if our boundaries don't align, if our faiths don't align, all of this, all of that, then you cannot be a potential partner. So even that whole like sex situation, like if you're not celibate and I am, we can't be together. So I think that's why dating for me is really important. Like I have to be able to uphold my standards and get used to upholding my standards. And if our standards don't match up, then I can just say, okay, cool, you know. But without dating, I'm not able to learn how to do that personally.
Yeah, and I think that the general pushback to that I received, especially growing up, was why can't you get to know a person in a group setting? And it's like, well, you can, but
you can't.
But you really can't, because Beau in the party is completely different to Beau when it's just one-on-one.
Yeah.
We actually have the opportunity to talk about stuff that's when it's not just, my father, woohoo, let's, because even if you think about it, like if you're with someone that you're interested in and you want to get to know in a public setting, like a party or whatever, you end up going to the quietest place you can have a conversation, right? And being with someone in a public setting doesn't necessarily stop things from happening that people are trying to stop from happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if you're in a crowd that's 100% on board, like, they're just gonna find a way to help you facilitate.
Yeah.
I really feel like this conversation is probably gonna be a multiple part one. And I would like us to stop here for this one. And on that note, I think it's safe to say we need a part 2, guys, on this conversation, because there's so much around it. But actually, I also feel that Farah, you had some questions that you wanted to ask us, and we haven't been able to ask or answer those yet. And so for now, we're going to end this discussion, this video today, but tune in next week for part 2, and comment, let us know. Did we say anything that kind of made you go, that's weird? Oh my gosh, yeah, that's how I feel as well. Ask some questions. And actually,
what about this episode made you go, you?
Yeah, yeah. What was your you moment in this conversation? Comment and let us know. And I'm sure, Farah, you'll be able to answer some questions in the comments if any are directed to you specifically. But on that note, guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time.
I need this for my channel.
You're welcome to borrow it.